A French Connection dress at Bloomingdale's costs $148. The same dress, same designer, same tag, same fabric, sits on a rack at Sam's Club for $19.98. Not a dupe, the actual brand. And that is only one of 7 items hiding in a store most women walk through without ever glancing at the clothing aisle. We counted down the best of them. Number 1 costs $10, and at the end, we found one item you need to walk right past, because Sam's Club put a word on the label that the fabric does not earn. Most women walk into Sam's Club for groceries and walk out without ever looking at the clothing aisle. That is a mistake. Sam's Club carries their own house label, Member's Mark, but they also stock real designer names and sell them next to the bulk paper towels. The reason is a single number. Walmart Incorporated, the parent company, does over $600 billion a year. That kind of purchasing power lets them negotiate deals that department stores cannot match and boutiques cannot imagine. The clothing aisle at Sam's Club is where those deals land. Quietly. Let's start. Number 7. The Member's Mark Everyday Tank. This is the item most women grab without thinking. A basic tank top, nothing exciting about it. Until you flip the label and read the fiber content. 60% Pima cotton. 40% modal. Pima is not regular cotton. It is extra-long staple cotton, the same fiber category that brands like Everlane and Madewell use to justify charging $28 to $38 for a single tank top. Modal is made from beech tree pulp. It is softer than standard cotton and holds its shape after washing. Together, they make a tank that feels noticeably different from the $5 polyester version hanging at the gas station down the road. The fit is relaxed with a long-line silhouette, a high-low hem that covers the backside, and side slits so it does not cling. It layers under a blazer. It works on its own with jeans. It disappears into your wardrobe and quietly becomes the piece you reach for every morning without thinking about it. The honest problem is that this is a basic. It does not photograph well. Nobody will compliment you on it. Nobody will ask where you got it. But that is not the test. The test is whether you still own it in 2 years. Pima cotton says you will. A tank top is not supposed to matter, but the fiber content does not know that. A Pima cotton tank for under $10 is a quiet win, but the next item is not quiet at all. Number 6. French Connection dresses. This is the moment most people pause the video to make sure they heard it right. French Connection is a British fashion house, founded in 1972. Their dresses retail at Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom, and their own boutiques for $100 to $200. At Sam's Club, the same label appears on the same kind of dress for $18 to $24. The tag says French Connection. The designer is French Connection. Sam's Club simply negotiated a distribution deal that puts the dress on a warehouse floor instead of a department store mannequin. They rotate styles by season. Maxi dresses, shirt dresses, twist front dresses. And the color options change every few months. It is light, breathable, and reviewers consistently say the fit runs true to size. There is no fitting room at Sam's Club. You are standing under strip lighting next to a man buying a 5-gallon bucket of mayonnaise, holding up a French Connection dress and wondering if this is really your life now. It is. And the dress does not care about the lighting. It does not need a saleswoman to tell you it drapes beautifully. It just needs to fit. The difference between a dress at Bloomingdale's and the same dress at Sam's Club is not the dress. It is the story the store tells you while you are holding it. One story costs $148. The other costs $20. The fabric heard both stories and did not change its mind. French Connection for $20 is hard to beat, but the next item does it for $15. Number 5. The Member's Mark Travel Wide Leg Pant. $14.98. The equivalent at Athleta, wide leg, pull-on, 4-way stretch runs $98 to $108. These went semi-viral for a reason. They are built for the woman who needs one pair of pants that works from a morning meeting to an afternoon carpool to a late grocery run without changing. Pull-on elastic waistband with a drawstring, 2 side pockets, and a size range from extra small to 3XL that actually means something when you see it on the rack. The material is soft enough to feel like loungewear, but structured enough that nobody at your office will question it. Women are writing aggressive reviews about these pants. Not polite, 5-star, they're nice reviews. Paragraphs. One woman said she forgot she was still wearing work clothes while loading groceries into her car. Another said her daughter stole them out of the dryer. That is not a review. That is a testimony. The flaw is the pockets. Slash pockets that gape open on certain sizes. Your phone slides out when you sit down. If you carry your phone in your pocket instead of your bag, this will bother you. But a $15 pant that makes you forget the difference between work clothes and real clothes is not a compromise. It is a reallocation. You saved $83, and the only person who noticed is your bank account. A year ago, I would have walked right past that clothing aisle at Sam's Club. Same as you. Then I started checking labels, comparing fiber content, and doing the markup math. What I found made me rewrite my entire shopping list. I put all of it into one guide. 85 clothing and shoe brands, scored and ranked, with a method that takes 60 seconds in any store. Scan the QR code on screen if you are watching on your TV, and for the others, the link is right below in the description. The next 4 items include a set that went viral on live television and a designer name you will not believe is sitting on a warehouse shelf for under $20. Number 4, the Members Mark Sandwash collection. This is the one that made the news. $11 to $15 per piece. Quarter zip pullover, crop pants, joggers, jacket, shorts, t-shirt. All cut from the same Sandwash fabric. All available in matching colors: cream, dusty rose, charcoal, green. The comparison is Lululemon's Soft Stream collection. One Soft Stream quarter zip pullover costs $128 at Lululemon. The Members Mark Sandwash quarter zip costs $14.98. That is an 8.5 to 1 price ratio for the same product category. A complete matching set at Sam's Club, pullover and pants, runs about $30. One Lululemon top costs 4 times that. You could fill an entire drawer with Sandwash sets for the price of a single Soft Stream outfit. But the price alone did not make this go viral. The fabric did. Sandwash is a finish that gives the material a silky, almost buttery hand feel. It wicks moisture. It blocks UV with a UPF 30+ rating. It goes in the washing machine with no special instructions. And it has sold out multiple times because people keep coming back for every color. The honest trade-off is the weight. This is not a thick, structured fabric. It drapes and moves, which means it shows every line underneath. If you prefer compression or a more sculpted silhouette, this is not that. A television station in Houston decided to test this. They brought in a full-time fitness instructor, a woman whose entire professional wardrobe is Lululemon, removed the tags from 3 pairs of leggings, blindfolded her, and asked her to identify which was which by touch. The Lululemon, the Costco Kirkland, the Sam's Club Members Mark. She said the quality of the material felt really good, and she could not reliably tell them apart. A woman who lives in Lululemon, blindfolded, feeling the fabric with her hands, and the nylon did not introduce itself. The thread count did not announce a price point. The stitch pattern did not whisper a brand name. The fabric just felt like fabric. If a fitness professional cannot feel the difference, the extra $100 is not paying for quality. It is paying for a logo. And the logo is on the outside. The fabric is on the inside. You wear the inside. If touch cannot tell them apart, what can? The next brand answers that with one word on the care tag. Number 3, Draper James dresses. $17 to $20 at Sam's Club. $98 to $148 on the Draper James website. This is Reese Witherspoon's brand. Southern charm, feminine details, clean lines, and here is what matters. Multiple Draper James dresses at Sam's Club are cut from 100% cotton. Not a cotton poly blend, not a cotton feel synthetic. The care tag reads, cotton, period. The puff sleeve dress, the ruffle sleeve maxi, square necklines and tie-back details that read more garden party than warehouse floor. The warning you need, cotton shrinks when you rush it. Some reviewers report shrinkage after the first wash. Cold water, low heat, no shortcuts. That is not a Sam's Club problem. That is a cotton problem everywhere. Respect the fiber, and the fiber respects you back. A dress designed by one of the most recognizable women in Hollywood, made from pure cotton, priced under $20, folded on a shelf between a rack of travel pants and a 60-count box of granola bars. The cotton does not know who designed it. The cotton does not know what building it is in. The cotton just wants to breathe. And at $17, you can let it. Pure cotton for $17 from a celebrity brand. But the next one does not need a famous name to earn its place on this list. Number 2. Vince Camuto sweaters. $12 to $20 at Sam's Club. $97 to $120 at Macy's or Nordstrom. Vince Camuto has been a department store staple for decades. Teachers have turned these into a quiet uniform. Soft, layerable, professional enough for a classroom, but comfortable enough for a full day on your feet. The knit is forgiving. The colors rotate seasonally. And the price makes buying 2 or 3 feel like a practical decision rather than a guilty one. Sizing runs short and wide. If you want a fitted look, go down one size. If you layer it over a collared shirt, stay true to size. Most reviewers figure this out on the second purchase. There is a version of shopping where you wait for Macy's to post a 60% off sale, dig through your inbox for the extra 15% coupon, check whether your store card gives an additional 10, calculate the stack on your phone in the checkout line, and walk away feeling like you outsmarted the system. Then there is the version where you walk into Sam's Club, pick up the same sweater for $20, and walk out. Both versions end with the same brand on the same body. One takes 45 minutes of strategic arithmetic. The other takes 45 seconds of reaching. Same brand, 45 seconds, $20. But number 1 costs half of that. And that is the entire point. Number 1, the Members Mark Zen leggings, $10. The comparison is the Lululemon Wonder Train at $88 to $98 and the Athleta Elation Tight at $89. That means Lululemon charges roughly 9 times more for the same legging category. The Zen leggings are made from recycled nylon with a high-rise waistband, a hidden pocket you did not know you needed, 4-way stretch, and moisture-wicking performance across 4 colors from extra small through 3XL. One reviewer did something nobody expected. She used artificial intelligence to analyze the fabric composition of the Zen legging against premium brands. Her conclusion was that these are basically a dupe of the Athleta Elation and the Lululemon Wonder Train. She posted it publicly in her review on the Sam's Club website. Someone needed a large language model to confirm what the thread count already knew. The honest downside is that these are thin. If you want heavy compression, cold weather leggings, look elsewhere. These are built for movement and breathability, not insulation. Spring through fall, errands and gym and everything in between. $10 and done. The cheapest item on this list is the number 1 pick. That tells you everything about what this channel believes. The best clothing is not the clothing that costs the most. It is the clothing that earns its price with fiber, construction, and fit. Nothing else. $10 can do that. A $100 often cannot. Now, the one to skip. Not everything at Sam's Club earns a spot in your closet, and this one needs to be said clearly. The Members Mark Cashmere Blend cardigan sounds like a luxury steal. The word cashmere is right there on the hang tag, but turn the label over and read the fiber content. 45% nylon, 23% acrylic, 20% recycled polyester, 10% cashmere, 2% wool. That is 90% synthetic. The cardigan contains just enough cashmere to legally put the word on the label. For comparison, Kirkland cashmere at Costco is a 100% cashmere. Quince sells a 100% cashmere sweaters for $50. 10% is not a cashmere sweater. It is a synthetic sweater that borrowed a word. This is not a bad cardigan for the price. If you see it as a synthetic blend with a soft hand feel, it delivers on that promise. But if you are buying it because you think you are getting cashmere at a warehouse price, you are buying the marketing. And this channel does not do that. Turn the label over before you buy. The fiber content is always more honest than the hang tag. Here is what connects all 7 items on this list. All 7 together at Sam's Club cost under $120. The designer equivalents for the same categories run over $800. That is not a quality gap. That is a margin gap. None of them need a logo to earn their price. The Pima cotton tank does not need a brand name. The French Connection dress does not need a department store spotlight to look the way it looks. They work because the fabric works. The construction holds. And the price reflects what it actually costs to make the thing, plus a margin that does not insult you. $600 billion in purchasing power put real brands and real quality on your body for less than what most stores charge for a single item. The clothing section is 20 steps from the rotisserie chicken, and that might be the most honest fashion aisle in America. We follow the fabric, not the marketing. If you ever bought clothing at Sam's Club, I want to hear from you. Every shopper has that one clothing item they quietly swear by. What is yours? Let us know in the comments. If this kind of breakdown is useful to you, subscribe. We do this every week.